Hey there everybody, Kopiki here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we finally got control of Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and then we managed to end up basically following what King Mickey wanted us to do, cause, you know, he's back in this game, but why would he not be? He told us this, he told us to go to the train station and then come here, apparently. So, we're here now. We end up meeting up with Pete, and he gave us a very good introduction, and both Goofy ended up saying something that was incorrect, but hey, I'm not gonna really go into detail with that because that's a thing of the past. So, before we continue, we got ourselves an answer report in the last episode, and I did not read it, which is a very bad thing on my part. Anyways, time for dramatic reading!
I have made a grave mistake. My study of the darkness of the heart began with a simple psychological test and quickly snowballed. Spurred on by my youngest apprentice, Yenzo, I constructed a massive laboratory in the basement of my castle. Unbeknownst to me, my sixth apprentice then began collecting a large number of subjects on which to perform dangerous experiments into the darkness of the heart. As soon as I found out, I called my apprentice together and ordered them not only to cease their studies, but to destroy the results of their research thus far. What on earth was happening within the hearts of my six beloved apprentices? While pursuing the mystery of the darkness of the heart, could they themselves have strayed into the depths? Yet, I remained the most foolish of all, for having begun these experiments. We are not meant to interfere in the depths of another's heart, no matter what our reason for doing so, and my error plunged me into despair. A visitor from another world soothed my dejected heart. A tiny king named Mickey came wielding a legendary key, the infamous Keyblade, said to bring both chaos and prosperity to the world. He was very knowledgeable on many topics, and we deepened our friendship as we conversed companionably. Upon his advice, I decided to review the data obtained at my basement lab. That is when I discovered the Ansem reports. Though they bore my name, the only one I had written was number 0. Apparently, he had gone on to pen numbers 1 through 8 himself. Yes, the first subject in my foolish experiments.
So that's actually interesting. We'll be basically getting a bunch of secret answer reports. They're not really that secret if we kind of find them and stuff. Sometimes we kind of end up getting these reports random, and it kind of makes no sense as to where we find them. In fact, the reports are never really explained where we end up finding them at all, to be honest. Anyways, Shadow Heartless, they're still the same way as they used to be. They have like no different attributes at all. They still do the lunge attack and end up seeping into the ground to annoy you in prolonged fights. But they're super weak. They end up giving you 2 experience. If you're playing on critical mode, it gives you 1. Mind you, the experience gain in this game doesn't really matter at all, in all honesty. They don't drop any synthesis items now, but they will end up dropping items later. They do still drop the same lucid stuff like before, so don't think that, you know, their drop rates have changed or anything. No, some of the enemies still drop the same enemy. Yes, some enemies still drop the same enemy. No, some enemies still drop the same synthesis item, just like in Kingdom Hearts 1. There's usually never anything different. The only enemies that drop something different are actually the mysterious enemies that we've been fighting, and they drop synthesis items known as Twilight items, which, you know, you got different versions of them. The way how the synthesis items work now, you have shards, gems, and crystals. I want to say crystals is the bigger ones, while gems is the medium, and shards are obviously the smallest. So, you know. And now we got soldiers again. Soldiers work differently this time. Hit them 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And they will activate their... Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. You're supposed to... 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, you're dead now. 1, 2... Alright, never mind. It's supposed to be 3... There we go. Okay. 3 times they get hit, they will activate their Cyclone ability. It's the only way to be able to tell that's when they activate it, but other than that, I can't really get them to do it half the time.
Yes. Since our changed one bit.
Well, it's a good thing we're on the job then.
So, the worlds aren't at peace after all?
Oh, Sora, you pretty little boy. You do realize that you're in a JRPG, man. Nothing ever changes in terms of peace and tranquility in a JRPG. You're fighting forever, my dude. It's never gonna end for you. It's actually kind of sad and how true that is for a lot of heroes, especially for a trilogy series. Even though it's not even a trilogy series, this is an extended series in itself. Anyways, it's time to meet with the person who lives in this tower, but if you've seen me play Birth by Sleep, you already know who it is.
Master Yinsid, it's an honor.
Hey there.
Sora, show some respect.
So, you are Sora. Now then, have you seen the king yet?
Yes, we did, Master, but we didn't get a chance to talk to him.
Yes, the king has been quite busy of late. Therefore, it would seem that the task of instructing you three falls upon my shoulders. You have a perilous journey ahead of you. You must be well prepared.
You mean, we have to go on another quest? I was looking forward to finding my friend Riku, so we could go back to the islands.
Yes, I know. However, everything in your journey, Sora, is connected. Whether you will find your way home to the islands, whether you will return alone or with your friend, and whether or not the islands will still be there. And the key that connects them all is you, Sora.
I'm the key?
Chosen wielder of the Keyblade, you are the key that will open the door to light. This book contains valuable knowledge you will need for your journey. Study it carefully. Once you have finished, we will speak of the enemies you will surely confront.
You know I don't want to complain so much about the whole faces and everything, but I noticed that whenever they have the camera pan to any of the characters, for that matter, they kind of end up having animated faces, and you can see that more so for Yen Sid, because you notice that his face was a lot more animated than Sora, Donald, and Goofy for some cutscenes. You're kind of going to see that a little bit more often, but whenever the camera is actually panned closer to the character, they're a lot more expressive. All the mischief the king did years ago is recorded here. Oh boy, I hope one day we get to actually see what those mischiefs are. This book describes powerful spells. Does it really? No, it looks like normal books to me. Is there anything else we can describe here? Let's see. Nope, nothing else. Oh wait. You see phantasmic, my bad. Phantasmic view, as if overlooking a sea of clouds. Huh. It's essentially a reference to, well, I mean, to be fair, the Mysterious Tower is an entire big giant reference to Fantasia, or Sorcerer's Apprentice. I don't know why I said Fantasia, even though I think Fantasia is a big part of it too, for the most part, because I think of like musical references and whatnot. I don't know what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me at this point. Anyways, we have ourselves a book here, and we can have the capabilities of reading it all. Let's read from the beginning. The beginning. Each journey gives rise to a chance encounters, and each encounter brings forth a farewell. When a farewell leads to a journey, the worlds open their hearts. There are those chosen by the light and those ensnared by darkness, friends who share the same bonds, though their paths may differ. When you doubt the path trod thus far, when the hand you held is lost to you, gaze anew at the heart that once was, for all the answers are within. Now let's read the interlude. I love that name, it's interlude. A long dream, a sad farewell, hanging in the air in that world between. What is reality? What is illusion? The path chosen by the young boy leads to his memories. When caught in the stream of the days and nights going past, gaze anew at your steps, for there all confusion will end. And now I shall read the future story. The future story. Will the day come when this battle born of confusion will end? It is different things to different people. Can the reality be that which is hidden? The reason is mere existence. Still, memories can be believed, but not afraid. Entrust your body to the soothing waves of your memories. By and by, your fleeting rest will be over, and everything will begin. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually don't know what this book is supposed to entail, aside from our journeys coming into the future at some point, but I don't know. This is a strange tower. I wonder why it was built. Adventure rule number 8. Search every corner of a new place. You got it, Goofy. That's every JRPG in a nutshell, bro. We have to read that book like Master Yensid said. We've been asleep for a while, so we need to know what's been going on. Oh, trust me, Donald. I know what's been going on. It's hilarious. Anyways, the book contains important knowledge. Be sure to read it. And we're done.
But wait a sec. How come the Heartless are still running around?
Your past endeavors did prevent an immense effusion of Heartless from the Great Darkness. Make no mistake about that. However, the Heartless are darkness made real, and darkness yet lingers in every heart. The Heartless are fewer, but while darkness exists in a single heart, it will be difficult to eliminate them.
Gorge, that must mean if everybody's heart was full of light, them Heartless would go away.
Now, it is time to speak of the enemies that you will encounter. If one such as you, Donald, yields to the darkness in their heart, they too will become a Heartless. But you know this. The Heartless are always lurking and ever seeking to capture new hearts. Never let your guard down. Now then. At times, if someone with a strong heart and will, be they evil or good, becomes a Heartless, the empty shell they leave behind begins to act with a will of its own. An empty vessel whose heart has been stolen away. A spirit that goes on even as its body fades from existence. For you see, no bodies do not truly exist at all. No bodies may seem to have feelings, but this is a ruse. They only pretend to have hearts. You must not be deceived.
No bodies. They don't exist.
Now then, the being you see before you is known as a dusk. They are the most common form of nobody. But there are others, some larger, some with frightening and unique powers. Be vigilant. On your journey, you will meet an alarming number of dusks. They will all attempt to do you harm. Still, they are nothing but empty shells, destined to return to darkness. But the beings you see before you now are different. These powerful nobodies have formed a group called Organization 13. It commands the lesser nobodies.
Organization 13.
While Heartless act on instinct, nobodies function in a higher manner. They can think and plan, and it seems they are working towards a goal. What that goal is, we do not know. The king sensed the danger and journeyed forth to fight it. He found the Dark Realm's Keyblade and with it closed the door. Now he's traveling from world to world, fighting the Heartless as he seeks the answer to the riddle of the Nobodies and Organization 13.
Then I guess we better go find the king first.
What world could he be?
Well, we won't know till we look.
Yeah, and the king must know where Riku is, because the two of them were together in the realm of darkness when we closed the door. You know, after defeating Ansem.
So, before you go, you will need more suitable traveling clothes. Those look a bit too small for you. Through there, you'll find 3 good fairies. If you ask, they'll create for you appropriate garments.
Gorge, Sora, you sure are growing fast.
I guess.
Boy, your outfit is still onesie. It still makes me laugh to find out that that's what this was. Anyways, one thing I wanted to mention real fast. We never see larger nobodies. Like, unfortunately, that line is so fake. It's like, it's not really real. I should say it's not real. It's not, like, anything. The other thing is that, we won't get the description of Twilight Thorn until later down the road. As of right now, we only get the description of the Dusk and the Creepers, but at some point as you go further into the game, you will get the description of Twilight Thorn. But for right now, you don't, because the thing is, it's weird, because you never fight Twilight Thorn again. I'm just spoiling that now. You never fight him again, but you do get the description of him, and I don't know how you get the description of him, considering the fact that you never fight him in the game anymore after the tutorial Roxas section. So it's kind of odd. Like, I never really understand that, but whatever. Anyways, Creepers. He also didn't really go into play of the Creepers. As I said before, the Creepers end up taking various shapes and making it difficult to read its movements. I don't know why it's not called a shapeshifter, but whatever. We'll be meeting more different nobodies soon, but as of right now, these are the only 2 that we fight. And yeah, and you already know how the Heartless goes. You know, you got the soldiers and you got your shadows. Anyways, let's actually get into new garments, because these garments suck. I'm not gonna lie. You'll be departing after you've changed in your wardrobe. Take your time to prepare. I cannot speak.
Me, you guys, Riku, and the king. I don't care who this organization is or what it's planning. With the 5 of us, 6 of us, there's nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah!
Alright. So we have the fairies that were from Birth by Sleep. Don't really remember their names because I never really am not that big on names here. But we have these mirrors here. One that ends up saying the image of utilizing your strength to the fullest flows into your mind. The image of utilizing your magic to the fullest flows into your mind. An image obtaining old powers flows into your mind. This one is unique to Final Mix. That mirror actually does not exist in the original game. The image of possessing all abilities flows into your mind. The image of the Keyblade unleashing its ultimate power flows into your mind. And an image of you overcome by the power of darkness flows into your mind. We've been told about you. Hurry up and try it on your new clothes. That is, after you prepare for your journey, of course. There's not much to really prepare for, to be honest. These clothes will help you only as much as your growth allows. Their true potential lies dormant. It's your job to unleash it. Yes.
Well, look who's here, dears. Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Oh, if you're looking for clothes, you've come to the right place.
I'll do the designing.
Oh, that will never do.
Oh, now, dears.
But don't you like this better?
Hold on.
Are you certain?
Blue.
Would you just decide?
Oh, well.
All right, then. Together now, dears. And no more squabbling. Oh, my.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, yes. He does look very dashing.
Now, those aren't ordinary garments.
They have very special powers. Take the orb, dear.
And watch what happens.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
2 Keyblades!
This journey's going to be twice as difficult as your last.
Your garments also have other powers. But you'll have to discover what they are as you continue on your journey.
Okay, I'll do my best. And thanks a lot.
Oh, and there's something else for you from Master Yen Sid. Oh, boy!
Now we obtain the Keyblade Star Seeker, which we cannot change because we only have 2 Keyblades. And Valor form. With the help of Goofy, we can transform into the offensive form known as Valor form. So, drive commands is essentially a new mechanic in this game. Depending on how far you are into the game, you will obtain newer drive forms. These mirrors end up indicating which drive form will be obtaining later on, but this drive form here, an image of you overcome by the power of darkness flows into your mind, is essentially a bit of a hidden system that the game doesn't tell you about. If you abuse the drive gauge too much, you will turn into anti-form, or known as Anti-Sora, which essentially allows you to become a heartless version of Sora, being able to do a massive amount of combo attacks at the cost of you having low defense. It's a system to prevent you from abusing drive forms. There are some fights that increases the drive, the anti-points more, and there are some that actually don't. Boss fights increases it further, especially when you're fighting special bosses. They will increase the anti-points further, while whenever you get a new drive form, the anti-points goes down. The game never tells you about this system. You have to go on the internet to figure out this system, because it's a hidden value system that is not really described to you, so you kind of end up trying to figure it out yourself, unfortunately. You have amazing powers when you transform, but the process takes time. Even so, transforming will help you tremendously on your adventure. Yeah, you ain't kidding about that. You've already gained a new ability. Those clothes must be meant for you. That transformation unleashes your potential to the fullest, Sora. Those clothes have all kinds of powers that rely on the help of your friends. Just as you on your journey, they need friends too to unleash their powers. Yeah, I mean, did I read that right? Hold on. They need friends to. Okay. I'm just making sure because I'm having banana moments right now. Anyways, unique. Another unique mechanic. Well, not really a unique mechanic. A little bit of a mini game, I guess I can call it. A collectible. Puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces end up giving you a bunch of pictures. You end up collecting them all, put the picture together, you get yourself a good item. In fact, there's one picture that actually sports a very excellent item. But yeah, you can end up finding puzzle pieces outside of the entirety of the Kingdom Hearts universe, or the Kingdom Hearts 2 world, and, collect them all. Collect them all. Collect them all. They will take this idea and transfer it over into future games by making it into something that you have to do later down the road. It's kind of interesting. It's not required. Well, actually, no, it is required if you want the if you want to get the secret ending because it's part of the journal completion. But we will be going after all the puzzle pieces as well. Anyways, Yensid has something different for us, and let's go to talk to him.
Hi, it's the dummy ship.
So you guys ready to go?
Now, just a moment. Because of your previous endeavors, the worlds have returned to their original states. That means the pathways between them have disappeared.
How do we get around?
Do not fear. If what the king suspected proves true, the worlds have prepared new pathways along which you may travel. These pathways may be utilized by unlocking special gates. How these gates are opened, I'm afraid I do not know. However, the Keyblade will serve as your guide. When a beam of light radiates from the Keyblade, return to the gummy ship. Though the worlds may seem far apart and out of reach, they nonetheless remain connected by invisible ties, as do our hearts.
Our hearts are connected.
That is correct.
Got it.
But be warned, as you proceed, the Heartless and the Nobodies will be using their own paths, corridors of darkness to travel from world to world. They may be attempting to link these dark pathways to the gates between the worlds.
Hi, that's not fair.
Now then, that is all the information I can give to you. Go forth, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Everyone is waiting.
Okay, let's get going.
Master Yensid.
We sure do appreciate the help.
My goodness, what's that? Haven't we seen this somewhere before?
Yes, dear. I wonder whose it was.
Oh, Malefa!
No, we mustn't remember her name. Oh, dear.
She was a mean old witch. Oh no, the memories are coming back. What'll we do? Oh, what'll we do?
Goodness me.
Oh, whatever
This is
shall we
very
do? Perhaps we should tell Master Yensid.
Yes, that's what we must do. Hurry.
Maleficent!
Howdy, Sora. How you doing? It's your favorite gummy engineers here, ready for duty. Chip and Dale. Happy flying!
Only one?
That's no good.
Wait, I think it's a world we know.
That's right, Goofy. It is indeed a world we know. Alright, so that is the end of this episode of Kingdom Hearts. Unfortunately, we didn't really do anything. Sorry. I don't have control what happens in these games, okay? But no, so yeah, Maleficent's back, so that's great. Anyways, in the next episode of Kingdom Hearts 2, we'll actually be heading back to a world of new. Or world of old, but with a little new taste and flair into it. We'll be heading back to Hollow Bastion. So I've been Kopika, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next installment of Kingdom Hearts 2. Laters!